Oh my goodness, I'm gonna need more coffee. And I don't have any more coffee. I'm not supposed to drink any more coffee this morning because I'm supposed to be taking a nap. But Chris and I were sitting at leftover steak, made some garlic bread, mashed potatoes. It's been a good morning. We woke up late, went for a walk down to the river, recorded a video for our homestead channel, which we will be publishing later on today. Came home, had our breakfast, sat down and just talked for like an hour and a half about the year ahead and starting to finalize all of our plans for next year. Some business opportunities that we might have taken advantage of locally. And then she's like, I'm gonna go outside and clean chicken coops and stuff. What are you gonna do? And I was like, I might go take a nap. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go stream for at least an hour. We'll do an hour, maybe 2. And then I'll take a nap. That guy's sword is massive, by the way. When it swings back around, look at the size of the sword this guy's wielding. For a thief, that thing's massive. Alright. I gotta remember where we were at. We need to go meet Mercer Frey outside of Snowvale Sanctum. Oh, that's right, because we're going to kill the bitch. Alright. This may be the end of the Thieves Guild quest. We're going to find out shortly. I will take all. Thank you very much. Take all. I never thought to check all these chests before. Excuse me. Bunch of free lockpicks and stuff. Potion of water breathing.
Yet?
The Ragged Flagon. I am doing great. Thank you very much. Apart from being ready for my nap. Whew. We're gonna try to make it. Wait, why am I supposed to talk to her? What quest does it have me speaking to her? About exchanging a piece of armor. What?
Well, looks like you... Of course. Your new piece will enhance your skill beyond that of the original. Trust me.
I'll trade in my Curious.
Are you sure?
Cuirass,
Once I exchange it for you, I'm not taking it back. Unless you want to sell it. Okay, there you go.
Will she do it for more?
Absolutely. Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one of the lookouts for the usual guild rate. Let's take
So it was only for one piece?
Now.
Okay.
If you'll excuse me.
Get out of my way.
If you're looking for extra work, well, you could always... Or if you're looking for training, we've got plenty of it down.
Okay.
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Alright. How much gold does she have? A little bit. Oh my goodness. So one of these, one of these. That vampire gear looks really cool though. But I don't need them. I'm not using any conjuration spells. That is a cool circlet though. Oh, it's more than she has. That's fine. Alright, she's broke now.
All right then.
Alright, we're good. Oh my goodness, the yawns are gonna come hard and heavy, everybody. I'm normally taking a nap right now, and I decided to come stream instead, so you're just gonna have to deal with the yawns, because my body is like, dude, why are you not taking your nap? It's your Christmas break. It's a good game. Afternoon, Morgan. Oh, let me go check something here real quick. Alright. I think we've looted all the chests. Rawr. Let's get on out of here. Oh, that music is so good. Show on map. Where are we going? Holy crap. Have I been there? No. But I have been to here, so we're relatively close. That is a cool looking sword. Oh. Are you shitting me? We like come out of the... Come out of the cave and immediately get snacked by a dragon. That wasn't too bad. Had a guard to help us. I have the power! There can be only one. For Grim says, saw you on YouTube Shorts, like your style, keep on the good gaming. Welcome aboard. Thanks for tuning in. My Christmas was good, ZK. Thank you very much for asking. We are in the holiday break. I wasn't going to stream today. It was literally Chris and I, like I said, we went for a walk, came back, had breakfast, sat and talked business for about an hour and a half, kind of talking about our year ahead, what we plan on doing. And then she was like, I'm going to go do the chicken coop. You gonna go take a nap? And I was like, yeah, I might. She's like, what do you think about doing another stream? And I was like, all right, something short. She's very good at like, it's Saturday. People are on break. You're not wrong. Do something short and sweet. Uh-oh, did that just bounce off? Go! What the hell, man? Where's it at? I'm gonna have to heal here. I did not mean to shoot you, Lydia. That was interesting. My arrows bounced off of some of them. Very interesting. That's a quick save moment right there. What do we got right here? Some sort of a grate? See anything directly in the vicinity. Let's grab this Barreth. Getting your game set up and getting a mod collection set up says everything. Oh, that reminds me, I need to go take a look at Allie's list this morning and actually maybe we'll be able to we might add some more visual mods this morning. I am having a great Saturday, thank you. Grace says, first stream I've been able to join, watching your stuff about RPGs. Love your takes, thank you very much. Glad you enjoy. Alright, we're gonna do a hard save here.
Good. You're finally here. I've scouted the ruins and I'm certain Carlia is still inside.
Okay. You saw her.
No, I found her horse. Don't worry, I've taken care of it. She won't be using it to escape. Let's get moving. I want to catch her inside while she's distracted. Take the
Copy
lead.
that. I will. Have I played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Yep. Playlists are over on the channel. Head on over to YouTube. All the playlists are there. And everything in between the streams, by the way, folks. For those of you who are new, we're live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. So if you want to watch vertical, you can watch on TikTok. If you want to watch horizontal, you can pick one of the other channels. YouTube is the main stream channel. Main everything channel, I should say, between the streams. So all the game guides, reviews, playlists, discussion videos, movie reviews, TV show reviews, and etc. all happen on YouTube. Due out over the weekend. I watched the final 2 episodes of Pluribus. That's going to go out as a review. And last night, Chris and I watched the new 3 episodes of Stranger Things. Review for that should be out later today as well. Do lots of things. This is the day job. There's a boatload of stuff that happens, but just everything in between the streams. YouTube. So go there for all of your long-form content needs. And don't forget the Discord, the Patreon, the merch store, the Homestead channel. We recorded a video for the Homestead channel this morning down at the river.
Shut.
We'll have that out later today as well on the other YouTube channel.
Good. You're finally here. I've scouted the
Alright,
ruins
why do
and
I
I'm
need to go
certain
ahead?
Carlia is still inside. No, I found her horse. Let's get moving. I'm sorry, I was under the impression I was in charge. You're leading and I'm following. Does that seem clear to you?
Yeah, I don't trust you for a second.
Just make certain you keep your eyes open. Carlia is as sharp as a blade.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is you blundering into a trap and warning her that we're here.
So you lead if you're so worried about it.
I have a long-standing arrangement with the Dark Brotherhood. If I need someone in the guild taken care of, we do it ourselves.
Okay.
We both agree it's best to keep these matters in-house.
Okay.
Keep your eyes open, mouth shut.
It's what your mom did last night. That's right. I'll be streaming down into the van by the river. Okay, the entrance to this must be up top here. Lavender. Snowberries. If I need a key to get through that, why can't we get in it? Okay, what's up with that? Oh, you're just taking your sweet time to get down in here? Dude, I'm assuming you have the key to get us in. Chop chop, Mercer.
They say that these ancient Nordic burial mounds are sometimes impenetrable. This one doesn't look too difficult.
Ah, so it's just waiting on him to get there. That's
Quite
fine.
simple, really. I don't know what the fuss is about these locks. All it takes is a bit of know-how, not a lot of skill.
Out of curiosity, if I quick save, can I
That
pickpocket
should
him?
do it.
Ah, he moved.
You.
Alright, here we go. Hello?
The stench in here. This place smells of death. Be on your guard.
Well, I'm definitely on my guard. Smells like death. Oh, we got... Is that a Dwergar or something? I'm gonna shoot it just to be safe. Okay. Can't open that with a lockpick. There's a lever back there. We got another door over here. Something going down that way. Also can't pick that. Don't care about the helmet. Whoa! Oh, he's got like a life leech. Yeah, he's got like a life leech spell or something on his sword. That was badass. Okay, by the way, where did Lydia disappear to? Seriously, where's Lydia? Hang on. I got to find Lydia before I do that. Oh, she's right there. Should she just not come through the door?
What? What is it?
Huh, I'm guessing maybe she doesn't follow... Maybe she doesn't follow me into this one. That's weird. I don't think that's ever happened before. Maybe it's because I've got Mercer with me, and so the game is like, no, you only get one person to come with you. Maybe. I don't know. She's keeping guard outside, right? Alright, let's pull this thingy. Wonder if it opens the other side if I pull it again. Nope. Does Lydia get annual holiday leave?
Pull the chain over there and watch out for the spikes. It's like Carlia reset all of the traps.
Alright. I'm probably gonna get some corpses coming to life here. Oh, I did not even mean to pick up that axe. Okay. In a moment when I click this, it's gonna wake them all up. Wow. I didn't even see that that was a trap. Like, I literally was right over here looking at the things. Why am I blanking? Pots. I'm looking at the pots. I didn't even notice that that had spikes on it, or that was a trap. What if that was something you could eat? I think he even told me something about spikes. And I was thinking floor spikes, not wall spikes. Jesus. That's hilarious. Herp-a-derpy. Yeah, floor spikes, roof spikes. I didn't even think about the wall spikes. Need to pay more attention. That one's definitely going to come alive here in a minute. Hello? You're going to come alive in a minute. That door looks like something we might need to go through. We'll get to that in a minute. By the way, do we have a... There is a map in here. Okay, good. Oh, we got a ways to go. And this looks like it's just a dead end, so let's pick this lock. Been playing stealth archers for 35 years. Why would I stop now? Either that or straight up thieves.
Yes, yes. What is it now?
Out of the way, Mercer. Did you trip a trap that I missed? Jesus, I am blind, man. But that's why I have that perk. I wish you got XP for disarming things. Why would I be joining the Dark Brotherhood when I am a thief character? I'm not an assassin character. Some of you have never roleplayed a character, I think. Do all the quests. Nope. Why would I trust Mercer? He's literally making me go in front of him and threatening. I don't trust anybody as far as I can spin into the wind.
There's two more of them ahead.
And a trap.
Something's near.
Oh, just...
You can't hide from me.
Oh, good job, dumbass. That wasn't me. Why would I wield daggers when I have a bow? This is an archer character, not a thief stab character. It's an archer thief. I am 100% archer. Why would I put points into daggers? Take all those things. Oh, somebody's still alive. Where's he at? I don't know about that. I actually quite enjoyed in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, not necessarily the first one, but in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, once you get good with archery and you have alchemy attached, I can't remember the name of the potion off the top of my head, but there was a potion that I was using in my KCD2 playthrough, which it does an immediate poison effect, slows the mob down so they're hobbling and they can't run, and it does a poison tick over time. So the coolest thing at all was finally getting up to that point in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 where I had my alchemy maxed out and my archery high enough to where I didn't have the sway going on, and I had a pretty good bow. And the key is just poison arrows, man, and you just stick them once, they can't run after you, they've got a dot ticking on them, and you can mow down a field of like 12 guys. Just plonk, 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 hit every guy with at least one arrow. They've all got poison dots ticking down, and then you can switch to your sword and just run around the field and just like plonk, master strike, plonk, master strike, plonk, master strike. I love the bow in Kingdom Come Deliverance too, but it does take time to get good with it, and you have to, I think, complement it with alchemy. I don't really care for the whole just straight up bow and arrow. I definitely think you need alchemy to make the bow and arrow worth it in Kingdom Come Deliverance too. What's up, Bubbles? Sounds like something Wolverine would fight you in a bar over, right, Carnage? This bow is enchanted just because it was enchanted when I got it. But I'm not actively looking for enchantments. Lockpicking in Skyrim is infinitely better than the lockpicking in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. If you guys want to know mods, you should talk to Babylonia. Babylonia is massive into the modding scene for Fallout, Skyrim, Starfield, and beyond. He's in our YouTube chat right now. You can go follow him. He also streams all of those games. So if you're looking for creator mods and information about those types of things, definitely go talk to Babylonia and follow his channel. Now, if you just want like a list of general visual mods, Ali put together a really good list for our community. It's over in Discord. We're actually going to be diving into that list today, adding a few more visual mods to my game, but that'll be later on today, so stay tuned for that. This may or may not be going where I need to go. Oh, did you get a snowstorm, Babylonia? Having to fix your fence? Well, I'm glad I can keep you company while you freeze your fingers and toes off. Stay warm, get some chocolate milk, some hot coffee. I'm good, thanks, Justin. Alright, let's back out of here. There's definitely one right over there. Oh, there's more than one.
Who's there?
There's a few.
You can't hide from me.
Mercer. Jeez, I'm just gonna let him do his thing.
I'll spit on your corpse.
Whatever weapon he has is like that life tap
Bone
feel.
chimes. Clever. Wink to wink. The Draugr, I'd bet. Don't blunder.
We're doing a short stream this morning, everybody. I was not going to do a stream today. I've been trying to not stream every day over the holidays, but Chris was like, hey, I'm going to go outside, do some chores, stream for an hour, and then go take your nap. And I went, okay, babe. so you can blame my wife. We will not be doing a 3-hour stream today, though. I'll tell you that much. It'll be, yeah, we'll probably do an hour, maybe an hour and a half. We're about 30 minutes in right now. We might go to 2 hours. We'll see. Depends on how I feel. But I definitely am going to be taking a nap shortly. I stream on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok every time I'm live. So yes, I am live on all 4 platforms right now. If you want the vertical format, you can watch on TikTok. If you want horizontal format, you can watch everywhere else. We just added TikTok and Kick to the rotation about 2 months ago. But YouTube, we've been going for about 4 years. We'll be 4 years full-time in February. So that's where the main stuff happens. Everything in between the streams is on YouTube. Get over there, follow along. But yes, every single time I'm live, I am live in 4 different places. We may add a 5th next year. I'm not convinced yet. Rumble reached out and was like, hey, do you want to add us to your rotation? And I went, what are you offering me? And they were like, pitching me on their service. And I'm like, we'll see.
Something's near. You can't hide.
Oh, I may have just shot Mercer. I may have to reload. Okay, I don't think he's pissed at me. I think we're okay. Oh, how did I miss the skeever? Dude, it's not hitting the skeever. What the hell? That one it did. That was weird. Alright. Ooh. A bunch of arrows. Alright, well if he's not pissed at me for accidentally shooting him in the back, we're okay. I think we're okay to do a quick save. Oh yeah, he was weird about the entrance up above. We just had to wait for him to get there. I've played enough Bethesda games to know that it was him being wonky about his pathing. Ain't my first rodeo with Bethesda. I love their games, but there's always the same. We have a very similar jank in every one. Once you know it, just move around a little bit. They'll make their way down. Not something we haven't seen before. Thousands do, Tommy B. Thousands do. We watched the new 3 episodes of Stranger Things last night, so stay tuned. I'll have the review for those out later today over on YouTube. I also finished watching the last 2 episodes of Pluribus, and I gotta say, first half of that show was really good. Second half of that show was really slow. Just the wind, says Babylonia. Wind can be gnarly, man. As long as it's not a huge effort. Don't throw your back out, Bubbles. That's another thing. Don't throw your back out, Bubble, in here, because I know that happened a while back, too. Take your time with the fence, sir. Ask for help. I'd come help you if I lived closer.
Must have been child's play for her.
Renfail Sanctum.
What is it?
It's nothing. I need to set up traps because I know you're going to stab me in the back here in about 10 minutes. Never trust thieves, man. Plus, we've never heard the other side of the story, so... Alright. Oh, I heard something. There it is. I thought I heard you.
What was that? So ends the lesson.
Can I disarm these? Oh, I pissed something off. I woke it up. Oh, I'm gonna back out and let you deal with it.
You've just written your own epitaph.
I'm assuming that one also is gonna come alive.
Your blood will adorn my blade. Your end is near. You can't hide from me.
Ooh, that's a different... I've never seen that one. Honed Ancient... Too bad it's a great sword. I'd love to give,
I build legions like you.
I'd love to give Lydia a new weapon. Bubblina says, just need a temp repair until I get the fence company out here on after the holidays. Oh yeah, for sure. It is the holidays. Not long this morning, Griffin. Maybe an hour more at most. This is short. I'm interrupting my nap session to come play right now, so we're gonna go wrap up here in a bit and go take my nap. I'm not supposed to be streaming today because I'm on the holidays, but my wife was like, just go do a short one. She's usually right, so just something for all the people who are sitting at home, hanging out, or at the airport, or fixing fence. Just a short little something. Get your fix. And let's not lie, for me to get my fix as well. I needed a little bit of something something this morning. A little bit of something something, a little bit of Skyrim. Gotta lube up my day with some Skyrim. Painting models and raining. It's a good day, says Commander Carnage. There you go. No, I haven't. I only streamed. I didn't stream at all Saturday or Sunday of last week. I didn't stream Tuesday. Probably not gonna stream tomorrow. I'm trying to give my eyes a break because I can't go see the eye doctor until after the first of the year, and I would like my eyes to be well rested before I go see the doctor instead of having eye fatigue when I'm seeing the optometrist. I'm trying to figure out what prescription strength I need for glasses, or if I need to go see a specialist, or all those things. So I'm definitely keeping the hours low.
You're on the right track. You've been through here as well. You can't hide from me.
We do have a request, by the way, which we'll talk about here in a bit. I've got a request from somebody over on Instagram who wanted me to talk about how to write a character. We're going to cover that today during the stream, so stay tuned for that. Well, Devon, normally I stream for like 8 hours a day. So only streaming 2 to 3 hours 4 days out of the week is vacation for me. And I really do have to take a bunch of time off because my eyes were shot. Like, I definitely have got. I either need to get glasses or I need to go see a specialist and figure out a better schedule. But ever since June, I started having problems, and it's just progressively gotten worse in terms of. I mean, these are not prescription. These are blue screen. There's a tiny. I got these glasses 8 years ago. These have a tiny stigmatism fix in the right, but they're not prescription strength at all. They're just blue light glasses. But I've been talking about this for the last couple of months. I need glasses. Like, I can't see my phone's blurry unless I hold it like 2 feet from my face, you know? So, and I get eye strain a lot now. So it's time. I gotta go figure it out. So I've been trying to take some time off over the holidays, and then just what's been really interesting, and some of it is just pure luck, because you can't predict what's going to go viral, and you can't. It's just, I've been doing this long enough now. I've been doing this 20 years or whatever. Viral is just luck most of the time. What's really interesting is that we're in the holidays, and I'm like on a reduced stream schedule, and I am having like multiple things blow up on like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. It's really amusing to me because Chris and I have been looking at the numbers going, why is this the time that everything's blowing up when I'm like on a reduced stream schedule and I'm not here every day like I should be, doing my 8 hours a day.
Door up ahead.
But some of it's just cumulative, you know. You just get to a point where things go. Oh, that's a Scourge Lord. Oh, I'm gonna let you take the lead, Mercer. Good luck with that.
What was that?
That was something you need to go take care of, Mr. Life Tap Sword.
How disappointing. What was that?
That was somebody shooting me with ice bolts. Dude, there is a dragon shout nearby because I can hear. It's really faint. There's something around here. I bet it's up top. Oh, nope, here it is. Weapon Whoa, I can disarm people now? That's a trip. I like all of these. Oh, I can give that to my to Lydia. I bet that's way better than what she's using. Do I play any TTRPGs? Not only do I play TTRPGs, I designed, developed, and published TTRPGs. I've DM'd and live streamed multiple actual play series. Most recently, I think was 2 years, heck, it might have been 3 years ago now when we did the Starfinder one with Babylonia. And, God, who was in that? Babylonia, Mujin, Gila. I can't remember if there was another person or not. I think there was 3 or 4 people in that campaign. What is a TTRPG? Tabletop role-playing game. Dungeons & Dragons, Starfinder, Pathfinder, Warhammer 40k. Pen and paper, sitting down at the table, rolling dice. Critical Role, that's tabletop role-playing game. Alright, I am at a loss with where I need to go here. Oh, looks like there's a tunnel over here that I missed. Oh, we get another one of these puzzle doors. Oh shit, I don't know. Is he gonna open this one? It was just 3 of us, or 3 players and me DMing to Babylonia says.
Nordic puzzles.
So I couldn't remember.
How quaint. Without the matching claw, they're normally impossible to open. Since I'm certain Carlisle already did away with it, we're on our own.
Okay.
Fortunately, these doors have a weakness if you know how to exploit it. Quite simple, really. Carlisle is close, I'm certain of it. Now let's get moving.
Alright, let's get moving. Disarm only works on enemies of lower level. Interesting. Oh yeah, he stabbed me in the back, didn't he? That was Mercer, 100%. Knew that was coming. Ain't my first time playing a Thieves Guild quest in a game before. Are they conspiring together, I wonder?
Do you honestly think your arrow will reach me before my blade finds your heart?
Give me a reason to try.
You're a clever girl, Carlisle. Buying Golden Glow Estate and funding Haunting Brew Meadery was inspired.
To ensure an enemy's defeat, you must first undermine his allies. It was the first lesson Gallus taught us.
You always were a quick study.
Not quick enough, otherwise Gallus would still be alive.
Gallus had his wealth and he had you. All he had to do was look the other way.
Did you forget the oath we took as Nightingales? Did you expect him to simply ignore your methods?
Enough of this mindless banter. Come, Carlisle. It's time for you and Gallus to become reunited.
She's gonna go in biz.
I'm no fool, Mercer. Crossing blades with you would be a death sentence, but I can promise the next time we meet, it will be your undoing.
interesting. It appears Gallus's history has repeated itself. Carlia has provided me the means to be rid of you, and this ancient tomb becomes your final resting place. But do you know what intrigues me the most? The fact that this was all possible because of you. Farewell. I'll be certain to give Brynjolf your regards.
Easy. Easy. Don't get up so quickly. How are you feeling?
How, you shot me.
No. I saved your life. My arrow was tipped with a unique paralytic poison. It slowed your heart and kept you from bleeding out. Had I intended to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Why save me? There's Lydia.
My original intention was to
Just
use
coming
that
around the
arrow
corner.
on Mercer. But I never had a clear shot. I made a split-second decision to get you out of the way, and it prevented your death.
I'm sorry, Babylonia. I'm reading your chat and I'm dying right now. I'm dying. I'm dying, man. The rope. The rope thing. That's hilarious. Well, I mean, you're dead then, Carlia.
More than you'll ever realize. The poison on that arrow took me a year to perfect. I only had enough for a single shot. All I had hoped was to capture Mercer alive.
Why do you want him alive?
Mercer must be brought before the guild to answer for what he's done. He needs to pay for Gallus's murder.
How are you going to prove it?
My purpose in using Snowveil Sanctum to ambush Mercer wasn't simply for irony's sake. Before both of you arrived, I recovered a journal from Gallus's remains. I suspect the information we need is written inside. I wish I knew. The journal is written in some sort of language I've never seen before.
Perhaps we can get it translated.
Enther. Gallus's friend at the College of Winterhold. Of course.
Good thing I just went to Winterhold the
It's
other day
the
for that
only
spell.
outsider Gallus trusted with the knowledge of his Nightingale identity.
There's that word again, Nightingale?
There were three of us. Myself, Gallus, and Mercer. We were an anonymous splinter of the Thieves Guild in Riften.
Okay.
Perhaps I'll tell you more about it later. Right now, you need to head for Winterhold with the journal and get the translation. Here, take these as well. They may prove useful for your journey.
What did she just give me? Encoded journal, stamina potions. Tell me about Gallus.
He was a scholar, a master thief, and a natural leader. Everyone respected him and followed him without question. It was Gallus who inducted me into the Nightingales and honed my skills to a razor-sharp point. I owe everything to him. We were very close.
Were you lovers?
Gallus once said he felt comfortable around me, able to let his guard down. I can't help but think that I'm responsible for what happened to him.
Okay. Why can't you come with me to Winterhold?
I'm afraid not. There are preparations to make, and Gallus's remains to lay to rest.
I thought he'd been
I
dead
promise
for a
to
while,
join you
though.
there as soon as I can.
Okay.
Remember, speak only to Enther.
To Enther,
Trust
gotcha.
no one else.
Copy that. Lydia, I have a
I'm right behind you.
present for you.
As you wish, my
Oops,
Thane.
no, I didn't mean for you to wait.
You heading out?
Follow me.
As you will, my Thane. I will protect you with
Here.
my
There isn't
life.
much time. What is it?
I've got your back.
I may have an axe that's better for you.
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
And you sound so happy about it. Alright, so she's... Oh, she already has an Elven War Axe. Never mind. So, never mind. She's already using one of those. Whip poodoo.
You lead, I'll follow.
Alright. She's gonna keep getting dripped out too, because I haven't found like a better helmet for her yet. Or feet. She needs more. So we're definitely going to keep equipping her as we get deeper into this. But this is the perfect moment for me to do a Q&A while we're live here today. So this comes from Minotaur. He spells his name interestingly, Mihneatur on Instagram, who asked a question on another video in regards to, we've been doing this role-playing series. These videos have been popping off across TikTok and Instagram and everything. We may need to go somewhere where the weather is a little bit less than here, though, because, oh my goodness, that storm sounds really loud. But the question he asked was how to write a character. So we're going to go ahead and dive into that live here, and then it'll get clipped out later on over on YouTube for one of these ongoing videos discussing roleplay and stuff. There's also a storm going here. My goodness. Some shelter from the wind. How do you write a character? Well, he was specifically asking about, like, how do you come up with traits, defining things that make them unique, so on and so forth. And I think there's a couple of different ways you could do it. We're going to find a house to duck into. Get out of the wind. Ah, that's much better. We may have to deal with an NPC bark in here. We'll see. Go sneak up here. So, writing characters. In this game in particular, I would say it does a very unique character creation process because you start the game before you actually create your character. So I appreciate that the way this game does it, because you're actually given a little bit of information before you have a chance to go create your character, which means you don't necessarily need to know any meta, and you can make a decision after you have a little bit of information provided to you, which means what do you know by the time you get to create the character in Skyrim. You actually know a few things. You're a prisoner in a wagon. You were caught with a bunch of criminals, and then you get a chance to create your race, your background, and everything else. And at that point, you can go through and read all of the racial descriptions and get everything you need to know. That's right, your name wasn't on the list. You actually know a few things at that point, which can influence how you create your character. Any one of those things can be a trigger point for creating your backgrounds, your defining traits and actions, because the game is going to tell you what the racial traits are, what the skills are, so on and so forth. Now, if you're talking another game, like, let's say you are coming into something for the first time completely cold. And I think that's probably what Minotaur's question is in relation to, like how to write a character from scratch, creating roleplay traits and roleplay idioms and weaknesses and things that you might want to put into your character to influence the roleplay. I think at that point, honestly, your imagination is the limit of where you can go. But the most interesting thing that I can think of when you're talking about creating a character from scratch and is that a hero, like one of the most boring types of characters to play is the prophesied one, the chosen one, or somebody who is a heroic character who has no flaws. Those things, to me, are extremely boring to play because it takes player agency out of the picture, and you're destined to win because you're the chosen one, or it was prophesied, or you're this heroic character who has 18 in all of your stats, which is why when we talk about the difference between role-playing and power fantasy, not that there's anything wrong with power fantasy, by the way. I played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 multiple times over the years, Icewind Dale 1 and 2, and by the time I'd played those games 5 or 6 times, I was absolutely using the tilde chat commands to enter the game and give myself 25 in all my stats and 50,000 starting gold and the best bow and the best staff or whatever, because I'd already played the game 5 or 6 times. But if you're talking from scratch, limitations are going to be the most interesting thing that you can give your character in terms of traits or things that make your character unique to whatever game world you're playing, whether it's Skyrim, Forgotten Realms, Warhammer, Starfinder, Pathfinder, Cyberpunk 2077, whatever game that you're going to be playing where you can create your own character from scratch. Now, some of those roleplay decisions, some of those traits and background things might only be in your head. The game might not support those things if you're talking a video game. It's a little easier to go in tabletop because you'll be able to work with the DM, with the Dungeon Master, Game Master, directly and be like, I want my character to be weak in this area. So, you know, let's make something up while we're on the fly here this morning, right? Like, let's say I want to, like in my case, I have a Bosmer, I have a Wood Elf character. Now, in mini games, I don't know about this. I didn't actually pay attention, and I don't have it open in front of me now to know what the limitations are for Wood Elves. But I know at least many other systems have something in place where there are racial pros and cons. I know that the current Dungeons and Dragons system has gotten away with that, and I think maybe even the current version of Pathfinder or Starfinder may have gotten away from that. But a lot of the old ways of doing things would be like Wood Elves are known for being highly dexterous, but being lesser in constitution, meaning they aren't as healthy as other races. So if you take a Wood Elf and compare them to a Dwarf, the Wood Elf is going to have more dexterity, the Dwarf is going to have more constitution. And on the flip side of that, the Dwarf is going to be more healthy, but not be a very dexterous character because they're short and stocky and roly-poly like penguins, right? So it is a trade-off. And if a game doesn't give you those types of limitations, you can input those own limitations on you. So one of the things you could do, and I said this the other day, was like this character, for my purposes, and we even talked about it earlier in this stream because someone asked, why aren't you using daggers? And I said, because this character only knows how to use a bow, because this character is a bow-wielding character. Now, why do I choose to only use a bow? That's just a personal preference. But if I wanted to, I could put a roleplay reason why he only uses bows. Maybe he fumbles. Maybe he has a magical curse where every time he picks up daggers, he fumbles them and they fall. Or maybe he's allergic to steel, and so if he touches steel, it burns his hands, and he has to wear gloves. You know, there are ways around that. But I could come up with various roleplay reasons why he doesn't ever use daggers. Maybe he has trauma related to daggers, and so he'll never touch daggers because of the trauma he has from when he was a kid and, you know, his uncle died by somebody stabbing him in the eyes with daggers. Like, we could come up with a dozen different reasons for why he never uses a dagger or never uses a sword or etc. Like,
You need to leave.
none of those reasons don't necessarily have to mean anything in the
You need to
game,
leave.
but they can mean something to you as a personal
need to
individual to
leave.
give this character more flavor. Is somebody yelling at me that I need to leave? I might forget.
You need to leave.
Yep, hang on, we're gonna go outside. I'm getting yelled at really quick. I don't want to have the
I'll
guards
sell
called.
just about anything if it's worth my time.
Hang
Keep
on.
that in mind, will you?
Let's go find a different house to get into where there's no
I do
wind.
what's necessary so we can get by. Have to, since I can't count on my brother for anything.
Brenna's over here complaining. Is this a tavern?
Or to believe I ever complained about Riften being cold.
I think this might be the tavern. We might be okay to hang out here. There might be some
Could you describe the smell?
music in the background as well.
Horrible monster was turned inside out and then
The
exploded.
mages don't let us go in the
What did you do?
They said it's
It
not
was a
safe.
minor miscalculation.
The problem is there's going to be a lot of barking
I've
here
already
if I try to
corrected it
talk.
for future
Just say the
experiments.
words if you need a drink or something to eat.
This is why people have a problem at your college. Yellow.
Hang on, this might not work. Bethesda NPCs have lots of bark,
If
and
you're looking for
the bard is going to be singing very loudly.
my
Hang on.
Staying safe, I hope.
What about the longhouse?
You lost.
Keep your politics out of my chat. You have now been banned. Hang on, I gotta ban this person from TikTok. Putting political crap in my chat. Anyway, going back to like a wood elf character, like I said, the whole I don't use daggers. some of those reasons, like I said,
I'd
are
be a lot
purely
warmer
my
and a lot
own
happier with
reasons.
a
Like,
belly full of meat.
they're just roleplay reasons for why my character won't use a dagger. They
Aren't
have
they
no,
all?
there's no in-game
Like this.
limitation. There's no mechanic in place that says my character can't use daggers.
I'm sure you're right.
Like, none of that shit matters because it's something that I made
That
up as a
lizard is still at
background
the
trait.
end. I can't believe Dagger allows him to stay there.
God, every single one of these buildings has a bunch of NPCs that are just gonna bark and interrupt. I think we're just gonna stand outside and deal with the weather. There is the limitations of a game when you're creating a character. Are there racial pros and cons? Are there pros and cons to a certain background? Many different games, whether it's Skyrim, Pillars of Eternity, Cyberpunk, Fallout, Starfield, like so many different games give you an option when you're creating of a background. They give you an option of perks. They give you an option of different classes that you can choose from. You can pick different starting abilities that you can choose from. Most games have those types of things in place, but if you're creating from scratch, you do have to reach into your imagination. The other thing I can always look at is if you're in doubt and it's your first time doing something, you can always go back and think about what are some of the characters that you loved the most from a book series or a movie series or a TV show, and what are those things that made that character really interesting to you. Use that as a starting point. So I know when I was a kid, as an example, I would look at Han Solo and be like, I want every character that I play to be like Han Solo. Well, the reality is Han Solo has a lot of character flaws, right? So yes, he's charismatic, so he's probably got a high charisma. He's very good at persuasion, right? But he also has shitty luck. Without a shadow of a doubt, Han Solo has very bad luck. He is constantly having issues with various criminal underlords and other things where he has very bad luck. He has good charisma, and he can talk himself out of situations many times, and he's reasonably good with the blaster, but he has bad luck, and he continually finds himself on the wrong end of deals. And so Han Solo is an interesting character in that he's very charismatic, and he's fun to play, and he's fun to watch on screen, but very quickly you realize that he's always in debt, he's always losing, he's got bad luck. So you could give him a high charisma, you could give him a reasonable dexterity, but he's going to have, like, if there's a luck factor in there or a perk that says bad things happen to this character for some weird reason, like that would be a negative perk that you could put on Han Solo as a character. And Luke Skywalker as an example. You could look at all of these characters that you grew up with at least when I was a kid. I think there's also something to be said where once you've played enough games or watched enough shows or played enough tabletop, whatever, you're going to see similar backgrounds and perks show up in pretty much every single game. So whether we're playing Outer Worlds 2 or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 or, whatever insert name of RPG game here, Skyrim, there will be things like your character doesn't need to eat food anymore because you've developed this perk. So why doesn't your character need to eat as much as other characters? What is the roleplay reason for that background? There's also something to be said just for after you've been doing this long enough, like I have, you're going to have 8 or 10 different types of characters that you like to play that you're going to always sort of recreate in most games that you play. So I always have a thief character. Almost always it's going to be a thief character. If I'm playing like a tabletop or a top-down turn-based RPG, I'm going to play a thief character who can pick locks, do all those things. If I'm playing a game like Skyrim or an open world first-person RPG, and I play these games in first person, I'm probably going to play a thief/archer. The reason I don't necessarily play archers always in turn-based is because in turn-based I have a top-down view, and I feel better doing backstabs, and I have a better layout of the field, and it slows the combat way down, and it's strategic maneuvering and so on and so forth. I don't like trying to be backstabber when I'm playing first person or even third person. I'm not a big fan of doing like backstabby characters when I'm playing these types of action RPGs, because it's in the moment. So I much prefer just being a ranged character and not deal with the whole positioning. So it kind of just depends on if I'm doing top-down, turn-based, or live action. But I always start with a thief character every game I play. Second character is always a mage. The third character is usually a fighter, which are the three archetypes for most games. You're going to have your fighter, your mage, your thief character. And that gives me a pretty rounded ability to play through the different storylines of the games without repeating too much of the story, because I can play these three main branches and this DLC with this character, these main branches and this DLC with this character, and then do the things I haven't seen with a different one. And each one of those characters, like this character, like I said, one of the traits of this character is that he won't use weapons. Now, I don't have a roleplay reason for doing that. That's just my personal preference of saying I don't want to deal with melee in this game. Because let's be honest, I don't play Skyrim for the combat, kids. I play Skyrim for the cool fucking storylines, the voiceovers, the ambiance, the atmosphere, the music, the world. I don't play Skyrim for combat. Matter of fact, I don't play any Bethesda game, generally speaking, for the combat. Although I do enjoy the VAT system in the Fallout games, and I do love the gun combat in Starfield. But in terms of Elder Scrolls games, I've never played these games for the combat. I play these games for the story. It's the story. It's the amazing voice acting. It's the music. It's the visuals. That's why I love Elder Scrolls games. And it has some really deep class building mechanics where you can really get in there and play around with builds. And every game does it slightly different, but we have lots of different ways to customize your characters and create really unique builds that are unique to pretty much every single person. Yeah. I think that some of it is imagination. Some of it is just coming up and looking at things that you enjoy in other movies or films or games, and look at those characters and say, what were their pros and cons, and how can I recreate that for myself? And then sitting down and discussing what do you need from there. The most recent book series I wrote, we drew heavily upon two different... I say we because my brother and I did the story together, and I did all the writing. But our inspiration, because it was a tabletop RPG, book series, and point-and-click adventure game all in one. So we did all three things at the same time with our game studio. That project, when we looked at it, we had two main sources of inspiration. Dragonlance and the movie Willow. And the movie Willow, not just the movie Willow, but also the World of Willow, the book series that George Lucas did with Clarence, and also the show they did on Disney Plus a couple years back. And so looking at the Dragonlance, not the novels per se, but just the entirety of what Dragonlance is. And for those of you who don't know Dragonlance beyond the novels, it was a tabletop module rule set before it was ever a series of novels. And so that's why we started with the tabletop RPG, then built the point-and-click adventure game and the novel series simultaneously. And we looked at what did we really enjoy in the Dragonlance books, and we looked at the main characters, and we broke those main characters down and said, we're going to make our own version of those characters, but we're going to make differences and tweaks to that. And when it came time to have like a Tasselhoff type, comedic character in the party for the sense of adventure, we came up with our own race of creatures called the Fae, the Brownies, we called them. And we looked then and we said, well, how do we make our own Brownies unique? And we said, well, let's look at, we really liked the Brownies in Willow, but we also loved the halflings that they had in the movie Willow. So then we combined those two things with a couple of other things, and we came up with our own unique version of a winged fairy-like creature that were a mix of the brownies in the movie Willow mixed with some other brownies from other things, and then we created our own unique series of races for that particular world. And that was just taking what we already knew had worked somewhere else and then applying that same brush but just tweaking things and using that as a basis of inspiration for what we were doing and creating our own unique take on things. And then, of course, having a completely original storyline that just was inspired by characters from other things. And that's the best place to start when you're looking for how to write a character, is to look at the other series, books, movies, films, etc. that have done things that you like. And if you're having a struggle on your own to come up with like how to create your own original backstories, traits, and defining things, look at what's already been done before. Why did you like those things, and how can you replicate that in what you're doing? Anyway, that turned into a 20-minute discussion on how to write a background for a character. But that was a question asked by Minotaur on Instagram, spelled Mihneatur. So this will get out on YouTube later on. And for those of you watching live, this is the perfect example of make sure you ask questions, because you never know when I might turn it into a long-form video for YouTube. And as always, we're live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. We're about to get back to playing the game here in a minute. And if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. I play lots of games. This is the day job.